What up, Blockchain Nation? What up, YouTube? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get weekly videos, weekly notifications whenever we release videos. And for those who watch consistently, thank you so much. Of heart too kind. So, I don't know what the price of Bitcoin is as of the time you're watching this video, but as of the time I'm recording this, it's $35,000. This morning it was about 40 grand, but I don't know what it will be by the time you are watching this. Top stories: why is Bitcoin going up? Will it crash soon? What's next as price doubles to 40k? Yeah, it was 40k earlier. It was 42,000 this week, but now it's 35 grand. Has the decline began? I don't know. Well, for me, I don't really care what the price is today, but I do know that, in my personal opinion, it's just going to keep on going up. It might come down. One thing for sure is Bitcoin is going to go up and come down, probably go up again. Anyways, that being said, it's very important that you do not keep your money on a Bitcoin exchange. For most people, they keep their money right here on Coinbase. To me, that's not very brilliant, especially if you have a lot of Bitcoin. What you want to do is you want to move your money off a wallet like Coinbase or whatever wallet you're using, whether you live in Nigeria, whether you live in Asia, whether you live in Australia, whether you live in India. Whatever exchange that you use in your part of the world, please do not leave your money on an exchange, but move it to an offline device like the Ledger NanoS. And that's what this video is about. I'm just going to show you how it works and how you can take money from your wallet or from an exchange and keep it somewhere that's offline, that's safe, and that's secure. So personally, this is what I use. I use a Ledger NanoS. So I'll just walk you through how this works. And yeah, so real quick, this is the BC Vault. Now, this is something I've heard so much about. I don't use this personally, but I plan on getting this eventually. Probably I'll do a video in the future about this. For those people out there that use this, please put a comment below. Let us know how this is. But I've heard great reviews about this, and I say it's supposed to be a good one. Anyways, for me, I use Ledger. So here at Ledger, I use the NanoS. If you look at products, we have the X and the S. I believe the X is the more recent, more new and improved series. Here we go. You can watch the video to learn more about how it works and how you can keep your crypto safe. Or you can also use a Ledger NanoS, which is what I use. So this is Ledger NanoS. Now it's 60 bucks, which is great. Or you can go for the Ledger Nano X, which is up to you. Just to let you guys know this, the Ledger company was hacked recently. So after the Ledger hack, who can you trust for Bitcoin storage? There's been a lot going on where people's email accounts, people's details were compromised, their server was hacked, and it was such a big deal. But I also want to say this, if you the Ledger as a company, your customers' information has been compromised, so you get a lot of phishing scams. So if you already have one of these, people are probably reaching out. It's possible that someone will reach out to you, send you an email and say, hey, how would you like to, your account has been compromised, send us all your details. Please don't fall for any of those scams. Please don't fall for any of those scams. The worst that could happen is that you get a phishing scam, but as long as you do not disclose your private keys or your secret phrase, which you have to write down once you get one of these devices, then you're fine. But if you do expose your secret phrase, that's when you're definitely going to have issues. So please don't do that. For those who know what I'm talking about, so whenever you get one of these devices, you will have to back up your wallet or back up all your cryptocurrencies on this device. So if anything happens, and what that means is you just have to write down a 12. Is it 12? Let me check. Is it 12? Well, a seed phrase, a backup phrase. This is where I keep my crypto. And it is a 24 letter, yeah. 24 words will be displayed on your device when it's initialized. Make sure you copy each word below. It is a full backup of your accounts and configuration. So if anything happens, as long as you have those 24 words, you are fine. So as long as you don't disclose that information, then you are safe, you're good. If you do, then just don't. All right, so I'm just going to walk you through. So anyways, the company has a statement about the hack, e-commerce and marketing data, the breach, FAQs. You can read this. What type of data was compromised? Why did you communicate? Why did you communicate to 9,500 personal details and not 272,000? Well, how did this happen? An attacker gained access to a portion of our e-commerce and marketing database through the third-party API key. So you can read all the information here, but I think you're fine. So as long as you do not fall privy to any scams and you keep your 24 word phrase, then you should be good. Now, that out of the way, let's go on to the meat and potatoes of this, which is how to use Ledger NanoS. So I'll just show you real quick. Here's my device. It's kind of like a USB key, and it comes from here. So first thing that you do is you plug this device to your PC. So I'll just take this, and I'll just plug this, and voila, it starts to come on. And then it asks me for my PIN code. So I can't tell what my PIN code is. So you put in your PIN code, which is what I'm doing. Voila. So that's first thing you do is put in your PIN. When you've done that, then you open up the application. Now this is a new Ledger device that I got just for the sake of this exercise. So don't judge me that I just have $40 in Bitcoin. But I think that's a lot of money, in my personal opinion. Anyway, so you go to the manager piece, click where it says manager. And then when you do this, it asks you, it says allow Ledger to manage your device. So on the device, you press, as you can see, the two buttons on top, just allow. Once you do that, it starts to come up, and it says voila, and it starts to come up. There we go. So here's the first thing that you have to do. You install whatever applications that you need. So for each cryptocurrency has like its own app. So on this device, I have installed Bitcoin, I've installed Ethereum, and I've installed Ripple. If I wanted to be, if on Coinbase, for example, I'll just go back to Coinbase. Let's say on my Coinbase account, I had other wallets. I had Zcash or EOS or Neo, whatever, and I wanted to move crypto from any of my wallets here to my Ledger account. Then I'll just install the respective apps. Now, Ledger doesn't have availability for every single app, as you can see, Binance Chain and Monero, but Ledger Live supports Tron. Okay, I believe, yeah, this, excuse me. So you can install the apps, but they just don't have support for some of these cryptocurrencies. Correct, please forgive me for saying that. So you can install all these different apps. So for this, but do know, the more apps installed, the more space you're using up on your Ledger drive. Now, as long as you have the app installed, you can put any amount of Bitcoin. You can put arguably $1 million worth of Bitcoin. It doesn't take up extra space on your hard drive, but the app itself takes up space, if that makes sense. And so there's a couple of things real quick. Sometimes, let's say you have issues with the app, you try to connect this device to the application and you're having some errors. Well, here are some errors that I've noticed. The first thing I've realized is that first you have to make sure your firmware is updated, which is here. Make sure you have the right firmware, and as you can see, mine is up to date. So, and let's say you haven't used your device in a long time and you come back to this screen. In some cases, please make sure or all cases, make sure you update your firmware. That's the first thing that you should do. The second thing is, if you're still having issues and you cannot connect, one thing you can do if you're on the Mac, for like example, is that you go to your system preferences, your security and privacy, and then you go here, and then you go to your files and folders. You unlock, obviously, and then you make sure you have Ledger Live here. So if you don't, you unlock this to make changes. You put in your password, and then once you do, in my case, as you can see, I already have Ledger Live. If you don't, you come here, click this button, and then you add the app, and then you lock it. You make sure it's locked back. But in my case, the Ledger Live is already there, so which is fine. So just make sure that is allowed. If it still doesn't work, you can disconnect the device and put it back. So that's pretty much it. So what you just do is you go over here. I've installed Bitcoin and Ethereum in my case. And once you've done that, then you can create an account. So you can come to accounts, and then on your device, it says install app. Just always make sure that you're on the app that you want to create an account for. So you just move this device, you click this button here until you find the apps. So the apps I have installed are Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So this moves left, this moves right. So make sure you're on the app. So in my case, I'm on Bitcoin. And then I'll say add account. And that account, it says pick assets, because make sure that you are selecting the app here that you've opened up on the Nano device. So in this case, I've opened up Bitcoin. I click Bitcoin. Then I say continue. And then it asks me open the Bitcoin app. I click both. It says application is ready. And that's wonderful. and it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's synchronizing, and voila. So I can have multiple Bitcoin accounts. As you can see, I have a native SegWit, so I can say account 5. I can have multiple Bitcoin accounts, as many as I want. So I can have a Bitcoin account that's my savings, I have a Bitcoin account that's a current account, and the likes. Okay, so I can have a Bitcoin account that's my savings and the likes. So that's really cool. And I just click here and I say add account. That's all. Or if I want to add an Ethereum account, always make sure that, like for instance, on the app I've already opened up Bitcoin. So before I click on Ethereum, make sure you quit. You just press this twice, you press it again, it says Bitcoin, and I move to I just move around and I change it to, so this is the navigation left, right, really simple. So you move to Ethereum and then you come to Ethereum and you click OK. No crypto assets yet. Okay, I don't have Ethereum. I can say buy Ethereum. And then you buy Ethereum. Let me look at and then you just open an account for Ethereum. So, and same thing with Ripple, and on and on and on and on. So always make sure that you have the app opened up here for the account you're trying to create. So if you're creating a Ripple account, make sure you have your Nano wallet opened up to the cryptocurrency, which will be Ripple. So you can go back to manager and add as many crypto wallets as you cryptocurrencies as you want, which will respectively be an application. So Bitcoin will have its own application. Cardano, if I wanted to back up my Ethereum Classic or my Dash, I will just install the app onto the device, and then it's really simple. So lastly, to move your Ethereum or your cryptocurrencies, you would just open up your account and it will display your address, and then you transfer it from Coinbase. That piece I'm not going to show for security reasons, even though this is a dummy ledger wallet. Who knows what I might use this for in the future. But honestly, it's really simple, and it's one of the best things that you can do. You don't want to keep your cryptocurrencies on a public exchange. So lastly, if you have any issues whatsoever with this, you can just go to Ledger Support, and then you can click on Ledger NanoS. And then if you have any issues getting started, check your device is configured, set up a new device, update your Ledger firmware, manage your private keys on your crypto, restore from recovery phase, which is what I showed you. Like I said in the beginning, your 24-word phrase, make sure you have that written down, secure your recovery phrase and PIN code. So that's pretty much it. It's really cool. One of the best things that you should do, in my opinion, is that you should make sure that you have all your cryptocurrencies away from an exchange and have it backed up on a device like Ledger. Yes, the company has been hacked. I know information is out there, but I promise you, there's nothing better than having all your cryptocurrencies on a device like this. Because even if the company itself has been compromised, and yes, they have your information, which I don't think is the best, but what's worse than that will be they have your information and they have all your cryptocurrency. That would really suck. So yeah, you can see what's going on with Ledger. I think it's a cool tool to have. I'm excited by this. I think that you should definitely have all your cryptocurrencies on a device like this, so that you don't, especially with the price going up, you don't want to leave all your cryptocurrency on an exchange. Please don't. Whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Ripple, whatever it is you're buying. I don't give financial advice. I'm not asking you to buy any of these assets, but please make sure whatever it is that you buy, do not keep it on exchange. That's it. Until next time, my wish for you is that you learn more about cryptocurrencies, because crypto is changing and will change the world. And those who get involved early, in my personal opinion, will greatly impact the future. And if that's you, let's go change the world.